He sees some inconsistencies. So do I. I know inflation is an effect here, but at the same time, you got to understand, just like with administration, with our colleagues here as teachers also, and classified soon to get their notices also, you are messing with people's livelihoods. You need to be careful about that. I finish off with letting you know that I'm thankful I'm not in your shoes. Thankful I'm not in your shoes. And you got 2 new board members up there that unfortunately they came in at a very unfortunate time. And this is one of the hardest blows that this district has had to endure. My sympathy. You have 3 other board members that have been around. When the time came when the decisions should have been made, they weren't made. And that's one part of the reason we're still negotiating. We are trying to, believe me, as a lead negotiator, we are trying to make things as easy as possible so that we can probably entice some of these teachers that have 30 plus years, entice them into retiring this year to free up some positions for some of the younger teachers that are being let go. We're trying to do that. We're trying everything possible to do our part, even though we have been accused of not doing anything. But I do tell you, these are hard times. And if you think this year is hard, next year will be harder. That's why since today, we need to start thinking about next year and the year after that, and take proactive stances, proactive decisions that are going to affect the classroom in a positive way, not in a negative way. I urge you to reconsider as to how many positions you're going to cut. And I urge you to do everything in your control and your effort to have notices to these administrators, to these teachers before this school year is over, to let them know that they will be coming back next year. Thank you very much.
Rosa Lopez.
Good evening, Rosa Lopez, Calexico Junior High School. I'm a current EL coach. I'm finalizing my 18th year here at the district. And I could give you a whole list of things that, as I'm thinking, as I was thinking the past days, what is things happening here? Probably my biggest message to you is, and to this board is, I'm just disheartened about the speed rate at what this board takes action. What happens? Why do we need to take such long periods of time? We're closing a cycle, well, calling in terms of, because of the fashion of our junior high at Calexico this year. We'll be graduating our very first group of students. And I was invited to come and help open this school, and I'm very happy to do it. And I'll continue doing it at this district, if I happen to stay around at any school, because I love those kids, and this is my community. But year after year, Camarena has received a slap on the face. One thing, another thing, call it teachers, call it trainers, call it materials, call it things. We have a big stack. I keep telling you, I don't know how many times I've addressed this, of a binder with things to do for maintenance and operation and kids done. Probably the thing that I really want to pinpoint in terms of the speed rate that we're talking about is exactly what Mr. Cervantes was just talking about. What is the future of all secondaries at this district? This is a domino effect that is affecting everyone. The 3 secondaries, the high school, and of course our continuation school. who is in charge of this board to give the direction on addressing parents, on forming a committee to find out what is it that is going to happen to all of us. Anything, even from one of the recommendations, which is boundaries, if I'm not mistaken, the easiest one is if I just to think that, needs planning. And it's already March the 9th, and we don't know what is going to happen. Every day we ask, what is it that we're going to do? You know what? We just keep working day by day, and we're going to continue doing that. But if you guys plan on doing any of the other situations or any of the other proposals that we're looking here, what is it going to happen? Who is telling us when and where? I would like to ask the board if tonight you can just give a directive to anyone that needs to be done so we, the community, the constituents of all these schools, can really get to work into the future of our secondary schools. There's, we all are here are schools. ICOE, as you know, and we're working there with the kids on those 7-year plans. And we're fortunate enough, and I've been fortunate enough to work with them even during the summer programs. And the very first thing that we need to do is to be proactive. I don't see that happening. We're not being proactive. Actually, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People reads, number 1 is to begin with the end in mind. What's going on with us? I urge you, please, let's stop working on a system where the way we work is. Ready? Shoot! And then aim. Thank you.
Annette Butner.
My name is Annette Butner. I'm a parent at Blanche Charles Elementary. I'm a member of the school site council. 2 boys in 5th grade, a daughter in 3rd, and another daughter in kinder. And I'm here because I'm concerned about my children's future, the future of our school, as well as our district. My first concern is my children's CST scores. Blanche Charles is at, I guess, pending year 3. And I just want to urge the board to really think about the cuts that are going to be made, because we're going to go into year 3 definitely if you cut 10 teachers, 5 teachers. The classes are busting at the seams. My kinder student is in a class of 30 kids. I asked her who she play with. This is already, we're going, March is almost over. And she told me, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Well, I don't know. There's so many kids in her class. She doesn't know who her classmates are. She doesn't know them by name. She's little. Kindergartners will do that. My older children knew who their classmates were. They had 20 kids in their classroom. She doesn't have that advantage. Fortunately, my kids are very good readers. She's reading. She started school reading. So she's not going to fall too much behind. But what are the kids that don't speak English? What happens to those students that don't have the support of their parents at home who are working? I'm a single parent. I break my back to do homework with them, I juggle schedules, and thank goodness my kids are doing really well. My kids are engaged. I'm not bragging, but it takes a lot of hard work from the parents to do that. But when you take away the teachers, you're tying their hands behind their backs. You have kids that have special needs. You have kids that are English learners or dyslexic, whatever they're, or just, too much Nintendo.